Hey, psycho people, can y'all at least wait until I finish up my commentary addressing a mass shooting during the week before another round of y'all goes off shooting up people before I do my next commentary? What are y'all trying to do, man? Make guns illegal? Don't you guys want to be able to freely keep shooting up people? Well, y'all can't do that if guns are made illegal, according to liberals. Liberals haven't figured out yet that y'all will still get guns. Or are you trying to make Obama force America into being an easy targeted fish in a barrel sitting duck unarmed citizenry? There's no fun in that, right? You want a challenge. You totally want an armed citizenry that's gonna shoot back, right? I mean, dang, y'all are gonna cause Obama to take all the sport out of y'all murdering people. He's gonna make to where you guys are gonna be like, God, that was so boring. I mean, it's like they just ran or stood there trembling. Let's have some real sport and fun and go to an NRA rally and have a shootout with him.
I think what's happening. Propaganda.
Hey, that Tashfeen is a looker, ain't she? No wonder she mad. It's like the only reason he married her is because it's too hard to teach a goat to shoot or drive a getaway car. Although the reports say that they didn't really try to get away in a hurry. So I reckon the getaway car could have just been a wagon pulled by the mail order goat bride. And Obama thinks that the violence will stop with more gun restrictions. When a person is evil enough to murder folks who just threw them a baby shower, you think putting more restrictions on guns would have stopped their murderous campaign? It would not. Not one bit. Want to know how we know that? Because they had pipe bombs. Obama, you may be just too full of yourself to realize that murderers have a hatred that's stronger than your laws. But Obama doesn't know the difference between good and evil. If Obama doesn't see partial birth abortion as evil, and even leaving a child to die on a shelf as evil, then don't expect him to really see a Muslim who would shoot up a group of people who just threw him a baby shower as evil. Now, he sees guns as evil because ultimately he sees an armed citizenry as a threat to the state he feels should have more control over the people. And Obama totally wants that because he wants a state that he designs to be the punishing agent over the American people that deserves to feel the justice he believes we deserve. But again, he doesn't know what evil is. Proof positive, he's mad about America's racist history and America needs to be judged for it. But he aligns himself with the apartheidocrats who instituted the bigotry that America is still butthurting about. He doesn't know good from evil. Saeed Fruitcake Farouk gets his butt turban all wound up in his Krakistan because a Messianic Jew disagreed about Islam being a religion of peace. So how did Farouk win that argument that Islam is a religion of peace? He shaves down to Dal Hassan and puts him in hijab drag posing at his wife and kills unarmed people at a Christmas party. And now the cynics can say, see, Christmas is just an evil time of the year and I don't see any point in celebrating the birth of a so-called savior who let stuff like this happen. And like I said, liberals don't know what evil is because rather than looking at Saeed being at fault and totally in contradiction to his so-called religion of peace, they blame the Messianic Jew for provoking him. They still trying to call this workplace violence. Even though the dude didn't just snap at work. A rented SUV and going home to switch into tactical gear doesn't sound like workplace violence. Liberals so badly want to blame stuff like this on anybody or anything except the actual problem. They wanted to blame the Colorado shooting on us pro-lifers. Meanwhile, I heard that protesters were out there all the time, and I have yet to hear of anybody saying that they ever saw him out there protesting. And from what I understand, he wasn't shooting up the occupants inside of Planned Parenthood. He was shooting who was outside of Planned Parenthood. You know, where the protesters would be. But the bottom line is somehow we right-wingers with our guns and our Bibles are the real threat. I'm Alfonso Rachel with ZoNation, and liberals are already nuts for thinking that climate change is the worst threat our world faces. And with that in mind, I'd even consider that ISIS isn't the biggest threat that the world faces. It's the liberals blinding themselves to the difference between good and evil. It's like the only reason he married her is because it's too hard to teach a goat to shoot or drive a getaway car.